Sunday, everyone. This is Felicia, IntellectualRadio.com, Sister Girl Radio. I have two guests here today. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Reese Young, how Chi-Town doing?
And then I
St.
have
Louis in the building. I'm here.
he came all the way from out of town. Don't I feel special? And then I have my guest co-host with me today, Tony.
Good morning.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Okay, you guys. So we're gonna just have a little one-on-one with this artist that came in. So we're just gonna start off with him just talking about his background, where he grew up, what made him get into the music business. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Reese Young. I just resigned 4.5 years as a school teacher last year. I been doing music since '99, and in my family we've always had music businesses. You know what I'm saying? Radio stores, record stores, and everything like that. Back in St. Louis, and I kind of been around music, so that's kind of how I got started. And I only make music because where I'm from, nobody made the type of music that I wanted to hear. So I'm here.
So what separates you from the artists that are out now?
Um, what separates me from the artists that are out now? Definitely my size. You know,
There's some big guys in the rap industry, though. You can't.
Not a lot. You know,
It's a lot. You got Fat Joe. You got Rick when he want to be.
So fat no more.
Rick Ross sometimes.
Rick Ross ain't so big no more. He's a smaller guy.
It's some fat people. Tony, name another fat rapper.
Well,
that hold it down
Biggie,
like that.
okay,
Yeah,
Biggie was fat.
I didn't want to.
Rest his soul.
Rest his soul. Pun was fat.
Rest his soul.
Big Luther, Little Luther.
Well, he's not a rapper. We got to name fat rappers.
Right.
DJ Khaled fat.
Yes,
he's
absolutely.
not a rapper.
He's an artist, though.
He spit some bars here and there.
He spit a line every now and then on Tuesdays.
Well, what sets me aside is, you know what I'm saying, I'm a heavy set guy, and I really rhyme like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that pretty much always set me aside.
Now, you said you were a teacher. What grade did you teach?
All grades.
You teach all grades. And you gave that up to pursue this full time?
I was always doing music. I was still doing my thing.
Okay.
It was a behavior school, you know, out there in Columbia, Missouri. High Road is the name of the school. It's a private school, you know, and for kids to have behavior issues and other issues as well. But other than that, you know, I didn't give it up. I just felt that it was time for me to go, and I had to get my music going.
Do you have children?
No, I don't. Thank God.
Why are you saying thank God?
Thank God, because I don't have children. I just don't.
Do you want children?
Eventually.
Eventually, okay.
I know I'm getting.
No, I just want to know how that would influence your family and your children, but you don't have any right now.
What would influence?
Your music.
Oh, well, you know, my music is, you know, it's children can listen to it.
They can.
You know, I cater it just for that, you know, and like I said, I may use a word here and there, but you know, I know children are listening to me.
Okay.
And by being in the classroom, that really did shape the way that I made music from that point forward.
What do you think the rap industry needs right now?
Authenticity, you know, signature sound, heavyweight MCs that really rhyme.
You going for this fat boy rap movement we see.
Hip hop really needs to be restored, you know what I'm saying, and put back into the forefront as a culture. And
I want the 90s sound back. I'm tired of this burnt out, catchy rap. I mean, it's cute. You know, the baby, my baby, her baby, all these little rappers out now, they're cute for that one little single for the club. But I need like Machiavelli, Ready to Die type of.
You need that.
Illmatic, Reasonable Doubt. Like, I crave something, a full body of work that I can listen to that can just, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
When we used to go buy the CD, and it's totally been lost. So I pray that your music brings that back to the forefront.
Well, I've been here and I'm pretty much doing a little bit of restoration.
Okay.
You know, especially being from St. Louis, being from a market that really don't reciprocate hip hop like that. You know what I'm saying? I've always wanted to be monumental and be that one that's doing that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much how I built my sound.
Well, I want to get ready in a minute, Wanda, to listen to one of your tracks. And
I sent the second email.
He sent the second email. No, he's gonna go. She's just gonna play that one.
That's cool. Cool.
That's cool.
This joint is called Dirty Joe.
Dirty Joe.
This joint.
What was the inspiration behind this song?
Um, the inspiration behind Dirty Joe, the inspiration was actually from a record that I did almost like 10 years ago called Good Man.
Okay.
And my boy Jay Sonata, Jameer Thurman, he's a Chicago native. We met at Lincoln University years ago, and it took him almost 6 years to listen to the song. You know,
Wow.
he's a busybody guy like that. So he called me up one day like, "Yo, I finally get what you're saying when you tie St. Louis and Chicago together, man." And I'm like, "Wow, dude, that was years ago." And he was like, "Well, all right, whatever. We're gonna put out the tape, Joe. We're gonna do an album. It was gonna be off that one line, Dirty Joe." And it was just a creative line that I used in the record that I did way back. And Dirty Joe just came about this year.
Okay. Well, whenever you're ready, Wanda, we're ready to hear the song.
It's fire.
St. Louis, Chi-Town, shit, that's just how it go. And it don't even matter when we come together. You get that magic, you ain't know. You get that sound of the Dirty Joe. Talk to him. You get that sound of the Dirty Joe. Come take that walk with us. Yeah, St. Louis, Chi-Town, shit, that's just how it go. And it don't even matter when we come together. You get that magic, you ain't know. You get that sound of the Dirty Joe. Talk to him. You get that sound of the Dirty Joe. Come take that walk with us. Now I can't take you through these Chi-Town streets, but I can walk you through how the north side be. Keep up, it's a must for you to have heat. Trying to keep tab of partners lost last week. City flooded with hurt and they rise past knees. Dirty air been contaminated, that's bad breeze. Shit they sprayed us years ago, can't ask Jeeves. Why they shooting up funerals here, don't ask me. Can't give you the answer, so I cover my map sheet. I try to stand up straight, I'm at ease. That's my grandmother's name and I'm her property. These generational rhymes and I'm no mockery. My reflection back to me is what's stopping me. Shit, these eyes see the same things far as I can see. I told myself in this life I'ma need armor. Cause loved ones and your enemies, they'll both harm you. Follow, I done had enough of that cold porridge. No more will I eat it, mama, I'm so sorry. This the voice of the one that ain't looking up to nobody. I turn around and reach for the ones that love me open heartedly. Up in the morning rolling up while you drinking coffee. I ain't letting shit go like I ain't even off it. I'm in the room writing this, lifting this apartment. To me the law is who's ever off in office. Say I'm just talking when I'm in Chi-Town, I'm really awkward. I'm on the street train above my head, it's fucking awesome. They say it's probably stricken, you know it's probably mentioned. Steady leaving us out the drop, code name lynching. Dirty Joe is the vision, my soul would I give it. For the fallen soldiers that couldn't see more living. Should I exalt my limits? I'm Midwest to the core, I touch on it of course. Dirty guns for the dirty cops and I feel no remorse. Chi-Town and Dirty City been killing for sport. I had to shake the low, shit I had to abort. Pop ain't really want my life cut short. Search skills you get survive in the north. I'm alive, it's a choice. St. Louis, Chi-Town, shit, that's just how I go. And it don't even matter when we come together. You get that magic, you ain't know. You get that sound of the Dirty Joe. Talk to him. You get that sound of the Dirty Joe. Come take that walk with us. Yeah, St. Louis, Chi-Town. Shit, that's just how it go. And it don't even matter when we come together. You get that magic, you ain't know. You get that sound of the Dirty Joe.
Okay, we're back. That was a great song. I really like that.
You get that sound of
I
the
did.
Dirty
I thought that
Joe.
was dope. The beat, the flow, what you were talking about. It ain't about bees and sex and money, and you had a message.
Does it feel like a Chicago beat?
I feel like a little. I can get a Chi-Town vibe out of it a
A
little bit.
Chi-Town with a little bit of a 90s vibe into it.
He's super soulful.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
you know, he's very solid. His work is
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah. I wouldn't say it's completely Chi-Town. I think it's a good blend between both cities.
I
Actually,
agree.
Really?
I do. With your flow and the beat, you know he not from here, but he got like a smooth beat
Yes.
because it's just the way certain Chi-Town rappers rap. and you can tell he not from here, but the beat kind of makes it feel like you merged it a great marriage together.
I tried. I tried.
So we have a couple Facebook questions. Are you looking to stay independent, or do you want to sign a deal, a
Um,
major label deal?
I've been independent for a while. A nice deal would definitely put me in a different space and situation, and I'm not ducking no offers.
But a
You
lot
know,
of artists say nowadays it's not really worth going major.
it depends on what you own. You know what I'm saying?
So
And
you're open minded to it.
I'm very open. You know what I'm saying? Being in the position that I am, trying to break into the industry like that, I'm open to some offers.
And where do you see your career?
I really would love to have my business fully solidified and be living off my music. I would really like that, but I know that I have to have other endeavors and other ventures
Of course, you
to
got to have
survive
multiple
out here
strings.
with my
Exactly.
music.
Tony, what questions do you have for him?
Most definitely.
Okay, so even though you're not ducking any offers,
Right.
where sometimes you kind of visualize where you would see yourself. Where do you see yourself as far as if you had to have a place? I mean, there's you have so many different record labels, but
Right.
if you had to put yourself at a particular record label in that family, where could you kind of picture yourself being?
Rock Nation. I would love to be there.
Natasha said it
I
for
love
you.
Rock Nation.
I would love to be there.
Of course, you want to be on Rock Nation. That's
Yes.
Jigga. Of course, who wouldn't want
You
to be
know,
on Rock Nation?
Getting to that earlier this year, I've been kind of like visualizing things, and I was watching some old Kendrick Lamar footage, like studio stuff that what I'm saying MCs do, and they engineer it mixed by Ali. I watched the video that was like that spanned from like some years ago,
Okay.
and I was just sitting at the house like, yo, this mixed by Ali dude is like dope.
Hmm.
I would love to work with him one day. And I just kept on just saying it and envisioning certain things. I don't really know what I was doing, but I ended up meeting him in LA. Like I went to NAM and was testing out a mic, and next thing you know, he was right there on the panel, and I was sitting there like, oh, all right, this is what they look like up close. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I'm like, I was the only MC in the atmosphere.
Okay.
NAM where I was, it was just a bunch of mix engineers, stuff like that. So they gave us the opportunity to stand up and talk. And I was in front of Mr. Dave Pensado, mixed by Ali and another gentleman. And I got a chance to really just make a memorable moment with the mix engineer Ali. And next thing you know, I got his email address. It started like that. Next thing you know, later on that year, I ended up getting his number.
Well,
And
I believe in
it
confession.
was crazy. It was just envisioning certain things. So the next thing that I envisioned will probably be to get Jay attention, some way, somehow.
I think you could get Jay's attention
Oh yeah.
Uh,
because, like I said, you don't have that Snapchat baby music that I call it.
Snapchat baby music. That's new. I never
Snapchat
heard it
baby
like that.
music. Yeah, you know what Snapchat baby music is.
I really don't.
That's the baby, little baby,
Oh,
shoot 'em up, slept with your girlfriend, sister, all that
mm,
kind of crap. Everything it becomes redundant after a while. It's
that's
either the
crazy.
bees or sex or money, and after a while, it's so saturated that it's just nice beat, nice catchy hook, but it'd be like it's the same thing over and over again.
Well, that's that has been accustomed to this generation for other things to reciprocate other things. Like it's okay for an artist to sound like another artist. Like it's like a norm now. You know what I'm saying? And
But that's not hip hop to me.
it may not be, but to some of these kids, hip hop is graveyard. Hip hop is
I wouldn't even call
yesterday's
it.
news, yesterday's life.
Yeah, I
You
don't
know what
even
I'm
call
saying?
what they do nowadays hip hop.
No, going back to when you said that 90s feel, I think that it does have that 90s feel to it. I could see having that in rotation in the car. You got the music playing. It's like we really lost that 90s touch, and it's just that soulful vibe to it. And that's what I do like. I do like the different genres of the hip hop, but as Talisha said, you lost that 90s touch, and you're bringing that back.
Well,
I think.
You can't really bring the 90s back.
I think you can.
In a newer...
when you say 90s, I literally be engulfed in that time because I was a little kid. You know what I'm saying? In that time.
Oh, you're a baby.
And
how old are you?
I'm about to turn 32.
Oh, you're not that. You was around. You was alive when Tupac died.
I was 8 years old.
I know, but what I'm saying when I say bring hip hop back, as far as the 90s, what we're saying is not necessarily just the sound. We're talking about the culture of hip hop.
Absolutely.
In
That's
the 90s.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but it's not just necessarily the sound. I'm talking about the hunger and the grind that artists used to have. It's a whole movement that we need to bring back, not just the way it sounds. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm not just trying to say just the music. It's the whole way the culture was back then. The whole way the battle rapping and the dancing and everything has just changed. They don't even dance anymore.
No.
It's just twerking in videos. Like the whole atmosphere. That's what I want. I think we can bring it back. And I think you can start the movement of bringing it back.
Well, it's already in rotation to be guys like me, I'm not gonna lie. When I heard Kendrick's album, Good Kid, Mad City, I was one of those guys that sat back like, oh my God, he's about to like bring the door, open the floodgates for guys like me. Some people will call me a conscious rapper, but I'm really not a conscious rapper. I'm just more so an MC that's just on the lyrical side. That's it. And I really respect Kendrick for dropping at that time when he dropped, because it gave guys like me the power, the battery up to keep going and having that drive to push forward.
But I think Kendrick's in a whole category by himself. Don't you think that, Tony?
You think so?
I think so.
Hip hop.
I wouldn't put him in this generation's music genre. Nah.
No.
He's old. He got an old soul when he raps.
Of course.
He's not a Snapchat baby.
He is an MC that embodies a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And not necessarily conscious either. Some of his stuff get a little dirty too, but
he
he
get there.
Yeah, he gets
flip
there.
That switch on whenever he feel like.
But I think that's what makes him talented, is the fact that he can switch it up. And he can give you that vibe, the old school vibe and the new school vibe. These kids now, 6ix9ine, Kashi and all them, and the baby. No offense to their music, because it's catchy, it's cute, and I like it. But it's not where I think hip hop should be in 2019.
Of course, I totally agree.
Yes.
But I have to agree because of my line of work that I walked away from. You know what I'm saying? I was giving out worksheets, and I had a student tell me, 21 Savage don't got to do math, so I ain't got to do it.
Oh, wow.
Like, I had a kid literally do that. And once I started seeing how music of today really affected babies, that totally changed my perspective on what I'm talking about.
Music is very powerful.
Most definitely.
Absolutely. So talk a little bit more about some of the goals that you've accomplished and things that you've done in your career and where it's going right now. We were talking a little bit before the show. I want you to dive into that a little bit more.
Well, coming up at Northside, you know what I'm saying, St. Louis, I kind of kept music close niched. I wasn't too confident in it at all. And but I always it was always my love, you know what I'm saying, that I would jump in and dwindle with. But at the end of the day, I left St. Louis and due to certain circumstances in the city, and I ventured out and went to Lincoln University in Jefferson City, Missouri. And that's where I began to just, battle rap and, freestyle and jump into a bunch of little ciphers and things like that in school. And I met Marco Patterson, aka Black Grits. And I met Jameer Thurman, Jason Otta, literally in the same time span. And this is 2008.
You met him in 2008.
I met Jason Otta in 2008, and I met Black Grits in 2005.
Okay.
And from there, I really, being a city kid, I really didn't know how to sound or what I sounded like as a kid at 17 years old, meeting a producer like Marco Patterson. So I just was a freestyle guy. I had got a lot of I kicked up a lot of noise by freestyling, and I didn't impress him at all. He didn't care. He's a Memphis
Okay.
native. He didn't really care
Right.
for the fact that I couldn't make songs.
Okay.
So I literally went through this process that I call going in the bat cave. I stopped doing music, because Marco would always be like, "Yo, you trash. You can't make a single, yo." So I was like, "All right." I literally stopped doing music, and I just barricaded myself in my mother's apartment. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when I met back up with my family in Jeff City. They had already moved there. I wasn't there yet, but I was just making songs, trying to perfect the way that I sounded. I really couldn't find my sound. And back in the day, I used to really sound like Lloyd Banks. I used to really try to sound like him.
Wow.
I used to really make my voice sound like that. It was it was so whack. But
He is so whack.
oh my God, Lloyd Banks is dope. He's super dope. But I used to try to mimic his sound. I don't know why. I was inspired by it. So by that time,
Lloyd Banks is not dope.
I think he's dope.
You do?
I
Okay.
think he's
We just
severely dope.
we just agree to disagree then.
I feel you. I literally put myself through like super excruciating training as an artist, and the guys, my family that was around me, Gerard Arvell, Black Grits, my whole little Black Pro team. They was like really on me like that because I was the youngest and I had to carry the torch as far as like young guys really knowing how to rhyme. So if I would write a rhyme that was trash, it would really be known that it was trash because they would not let me forget.
Okay.
So I had to really practice day in and day out, day in and day out. And I end up, finding my niche. I found my niche and I stuck to it and I never gave up. And the same team that I started with is the same team that I have now. And that led me to my first Billboard run. 2018, my album Unlucky Me. It's an EP. It was number 2 in the region in July of last year, and
Congratulations on that.
I didn't believe that I could hit the Billboard chart. My man Black Grits hit me up like, "Yo, we finna just we've been doing music so long, bro. I got sons now. I don't have time to keep playing with music. What we gonna do, Reese? Like,
Wow.
we need to show and prove. We need to do something fast." He was because for him first, he just jumped out there like, "Yo, I'm gonna hit the Billboard charts," and I'm looking at him like, "No, you're not." Like, what? Who just randomly just hits the Billboard charts out of nowhere and just says it? So I'm just looking at him like, this dude's wow. Like, but he's one of those type of spirits where I never second guessed him. Because if he fixates his mind and puts his best foot forward like he always do, he always succeeds.
Right.
Like with no matter whatever he's doing. So he ended up going number 3 in the region.
Oh.
His album, Paradox 88, last year was number 3 on regional Billboard charts. So I just sat back like, oh God, now I gotta chase this guy. He hit, so I gotta hit now. So at the end of the day, I was so sad. I was crying too.
Wow.
I was crying because I felt that I felt that my tape didn't do good enough. I didn't think that it would hit. And I felt really bad. I just was like, yo, forget about it. I started buying ball caps just to fulfill my sadness, you know what I'm saying? So he told me, hey, yo, quit all that crying, bro. You was number 2. I checked the chart. I didn't believe him until I saw it. So that right then and there just showed me like, yo, work, work, work. And that's kind of what I've been doing. And I tried again. Somebody told me that I couldn't do it, and it was luck. Somebody said I paid somebody. I ain't paid nobody.
Oh,
I
wow.
literally got hard-working people to support my music all through my social media network. And
People are such haters.
my new album, Dirty Joe, it succeeded way farther than my last one. So it's pretty big expectation for my new one. I got a new one that's coming. I ain't put it together yet, but it's coming.
What's your favorite song on the Dirty Joe album?
It's kind of hard to say that because all those songs are a part of me.
But it has to be one that's just
Well, I would say Endeavors.
Endeavors. Okay.
Endeavors because I literally talk about my time span and timeline through music and my transitions, you know what I'm saying? And I kept it very authentic and organic. And hearing those words back kind of just relieves my spirit for for a little bit.
So when you write, do you have somewhere you like to go or somewhere
Yes,
you like to be? Where do you
of
go to
course.
write? What inspires you when you're writing?
Um, when I'm writing in maximum effort,
Hmm.
I'm in the lab with my boy Black Grits.
Okay,
Maximum
so you
effort.
like to be in the studio when you're writing.
I like to be right there, standing up on the mic, seeing the knot in the back of Grits' head.
Do you write or do you just freestyle?
Sometimes I do a little bit of both, but when I'm by myself and Black Grits ain't around, I'm not. I write 90% of the records in my car.
In your car?
But Dirty Joe, I wrote that in my office at my new job,
That's you.
Woodhaven.
Okay.
I wrote that right there in my office.
So who's your favorite artist? Like who inspires you? Like what artists out now do you like and look up to? Dead or
Um,
alive?
Notorious B.I.G. Cool
I'll
G
let you get
Rap,
a pass
Cool G Rap. Jay Z.
because I'm a Pac fan. But no, Biggie's
Really?
See, I like both.
absolutely.
Well, I love Pac too.
I'm the biggest
Yeah.
Tupac fan on the planet.
Uh,
Yes, of course. But no, all respect to Biggie. He was one of
but
the greats
but
as well.
if you go back to that time, that's when
I was still a Pac fan back.
when
Ask
we
In
when,
Tony.
ninth, it was Pac and Biggie all the way.
I know, but when we go back to that time,
You were too young,
I was not too young. That's literally what I grew up on.
but you were younger than me and Tony.
Of course, I was younger, but at the end of
Oh,
the
I
day,
don't appreciate
school.
that. He's like, of course I was younger.
my bad, y'all.
Shots fired.
Don't act like we 50 or something here.
Shots
okay?
fired.
Shots fired.
No disrespect, no disrespect.
No, but yeah, we are older than you. So go ahead. Not by much though, but we older
But
than you.
what I was saying initially, when at that time people chose sides.
I didn't actually.
Fans literally chose sides, and it was
I
like
was in the middle.
I liked Tupac and I was a Tupac fan, but I thought the East Coast West Coast thing was dumb because
It
back
was.
then you used to have to wait to get magazines. I was subscribed to Vibe, so you used to have to wait to get magazines to read Beef. Like you couldn't
Yeah.
just go on
I know,
social
right?
media.
That
You
was
couldn't just
crazy.
log on your
Or you
phone
have to
and
listen
see
on the
it.
radio
You
to
have to
find
either
out.
go get Right On
Read.
magazine or
Yes.
go get Vibe magazine. So by the time you got it, it was like, who cares?
Yeah.
3 weeks later after something happened, nowadays it's instant. You have the
Mhm.
apps. But when Biggie went to California, I was like, oh no, don't
That was a
do
bad
it.
move.
I said, I was
Yeah.
young. I was like, don't do it. But I think Biggie's one of the greats, but I'm still a Pac fan. But I respect your choice. And Cool G Rap,
A lot of guys around me, you know what I'm saying? A
he
lot of guys around me was listening to super hip hop acts. You know what I'm saying?
I
And
thought you were gonna say something like Nas or
me
something.
being from St. Louis, I'm a new Nas fan.
You're a new
No.
Nas
I'm a
fan.
new
You're
like
45 years late.
people. I get so much backlash for this,
You're
and
a new
I'm a
Nas.
new Nas fan. And let me tell you
That's
why.
okay.
Let me tell you why. Because when Nas and Jay-Z had that little ordeal that they had,
20 years ago.
yeah, I chose Jay-Z.
Oh, I can already
I
tell
love
you're a
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z
And
fan.
I chose Jay-Z, and Nas was muted from that point forward.
But you couldn't deny that he still was a talented
Oh,
artist.
of course, definitely a well-respected MC in the genre of hip hop.
You just picked your side and stuck
Yeah,
with it.
I just picked my side. But
I get it.
recently, I went to go listen to the Nas Lost Tapes 2 album
Oh,
that
I've
just
never heard
dropped.
that. I gotta
Won
listen
me
to it.
over,
Yeah.
like
Really?
won
Okay.
me over severely, and I just went back and listened to all his other work, and
New Nas
Jesus,
fan.
you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I missed out on
You did. That's 20
generations.
years of music.
I missed out on a lot just
Yeah.
off of my biasness of hip hop beef.
But we
and-
do that now, just like
Yeah.
with Nicki and
Absolutely.
Cardi and all this other
Yeah.
stuff. We'll pick a
Yeah.
side, and hey, I don't have to pick nobody because I ain't getting paid from either one of them.
You're right. I just chose a side, and I chose.
Well, no, we
hope.
were kids, so I mean,
Right.
thank God it wasn't Snapchat and Facebook when we were younger,
Right.
because I think the Tupac and Biggie beef would have been worse.
Would have been ripped apart.
I think it would have been worse. It could have been more people hurt, possibly, because it's just so
I
social
agree.
media is so big right now.
I know,
It's
right?
huge. So, how do you feel about what happened with Nipsey Hussle in that situation? I want you to talk a little bit about that.
That's
I
kind of
want
like
your
a touchy.
opinion on that. It is touchy,
It's kind
bro.
of touchy.
We get touchy on Sister Girl Radio.
Well, honestly, my first time in LA, my boy Hub Real, he was about to introduce me to Nip. I say 2 months before he died.
Oh wow.
We literally was in LA, and I didn't get a chance to meet him because Nips was a little active in the city then,
Mhm.
and my people chose to take me somewhere else. He was a little active out there in Cali, so I think it's very hurtful to the genre
How did you feel about him as an artist?
Um, he kind of reminded me of Tupac for how he felt. You know what I'm saying? Not as far as his overall sound, but as far as how he felt.
I didn't know anything about him until he died. I can't even sit here and lie to you.
I'll
That's
tell
fa-
the truth.
I
that's
didn't
fair.
know. I didn't know him
That's
from
fair.
nothing. I knew Lauren Hill had a new boyfriend and she had a baby, but I didn't know it was him, and I didn't know anything about him till the day he died. Now I've listened to his music and I went back and listened. He's a great guy. I love the way him and Lauren were, but I can't lie to you and be like, oh, I was a big Nip fan. I didn't know nothing about that man till he died, and that's sad.
Well, I kind of am in the same boat because I didn't know a super amount about him either. You
Right.
know, he's big on the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it took for me to go to the West Coast to really feel and see his presence. You know, because we can easily pick up our cell phones and be like, oh, who's this?
Mhm.
Whatever. But for me to be on the West Coast to feel his presence, kind of like the same way with Mac Dre.
Mhm.
You know, being from Missouri, I didn't know nothing
Nothing
about
about him.
who Mac Dre was until I went to the Bay and, you know, felt his presence. And they presence be big on the West Coast. Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle.
Rest in peace. So, do you have any events coming up? Any performances we can let the audience know about?
Yeah, I got New York City in September.
September what?
21st, 22nd.
I'll have her send the information. I'll post it up for them.
Then I got Connecticut that same day.
Okay.
You know, then I got some other things going down there.
So you doing like a mini tour right now?
No, I ain't doing no
You just
tour.
doing certain dates?
I'm just bouncing around.
Pop up.
You got to come back to Chicago and perform. We got to get some local clubs to book you.
I never performed in Chicago.
What?
Really?
How you
Never.
gonna make a song about both of our cities and never perform?
I had to
Tasha,
come
we're gonna
here.
have to get together and get some clubs.
I've
to,
never
to book y'all.
performed in Chicago. I always wanted to.
What?
I always
Oh, we
wanted
gotta,
to.
Tony. We gotta work on that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And this whole Dirty Joe atmosphere was to draw that energy to
Oh
me.
no, we gotta get you to come back and
Hey,
perform.
I've never performed
Really?
there. I always wanted to.
Okay, I'm
We
gonna
gotta
get
make
with
that
your
happen.
management and we're gonna figure out.
Being in St. Louis and Chicago are like distant cousins
Yeah, that's what
because
I'm
we're so
saying.
close.
We
I
are.
always that was my whole drive for even putting Dirty Joe together.
You have to come do Dirty Joe in Chicago.
I've never known St. Louis MCs to work with Chicago producers,
And that's sad.
and I just didn't. I never ever bumped into it anywhere in rap
It's sad.
history in Missouri at all. I never.
Well, we need to
known it.
change that. You need to change that.
Hey, let's do it. Let's do it. I would love to come here and
Perform.
do what I do. I would love to.
Okay. So I want you to freestyle a little bit for us. You know, I'm putting you on the spot. Can you think you can do that?
I'm cool.
Okay. I want you to just do something off the top. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Oh, I sound great. Yo, this the soul of the solid serpent. This shit are closed like my mama curtains. Everything around here is out of service. Local jokers is feeling nervous. I respect them. Shake their hand. They serve their purpose in my way. Watering the game down is really worth it. Check this. My family ties will get you tied perfect. Then clicks. What a surprise. I'm a surprise surgeon. Toot my horn. Hear me coming. My whole style allergic. I'm from Lou. It get dirty and it's no detergent. Eyes open. How they'll leave him if they catch him lurking. Legend told me, keep up that work. I feel it's working and I might just be along the lines of being perfect. Yeah, I knew he got shot in the face, but maybe he deserved it. Double back, mean what I say, I'm so assertive. Dirty's guys, speak of my name like I ain't heard of. Just cause I'm from the city, everything I'm on, I gotta murder.
Yeah.
Right.
That was tight.
Yeah.
That was good.
Kind of light.
That was good.
I'm a little tired. I'm a little hungry. I
You
want some
was
Harold's
tired and
chicken.
hungry. You want some hair? So you gonna get some hair before you go back home?
Yes. I want some Harold's. Yes.
How you? That's what he been talking about, Tasha, the whole time, getting some Harold's chicken.
Yeah.
Well, I don't blame you for that. Or Uncle Remus is good too. We got Uncle Remus, but you gotta have Harold's, huh?
I gotta have some Harold's with some of that mild sauce and one hot dogs from off the street.
Don't eat off the street.
Yeah.
Things have changed. Go up here on Manhattan. If you don't.
Really?
I got sick off for one of those. Go to Mickey's on Manhattan. You want a Chicago style hot dog?
Yeah.
There's a
Mickey's.
place right here on Manhattan called Mickey's. They got the best
Mickey's.
Chicago hot dog with the little C's on the bun and everything.
I came here years ago. My grandma was like, "Oh, we finna get some hot dogs, Polishes or something like that."
Don't eat off the street.
No, you'll be sick.
Oh,
For
Maxwell
real?
Street. You can go to
Yes.
Maxwell Street, but that's not a cart on the street. Don't eat off the street.
For
Right.
real?
The only thing I would eat off the street
would
are the
never
little
know.
corn men with the little watermelon. I eat that.
Yeah.
See, I never
But
would have
no
known.
food off the street.
Yeah, you'll be bent over sick.
Oh
No.
my
There's a
God.
hot dog spot right on Manheim that has the best Chicago style
Oh
hot
my
dogs.
God. Oh my God.
Okay, please
I'm gonna have to
don't.
do that.
No, take him to Harold's or Mickey's. Don't. You'll be.
Mild sauce, extra mild
Look at
sauce.
you. You
Oh
gotta
my
have the
God.
Harold's. Okay,
Yeah.
well you have to come back and
Man.
perform here though. That's
Yeah.
what we
See,
want.
y'all food culture is totally different than ours in St. Louis. You know, we eat a lot of Chinamen where we from.
Yeah.
You know,
We're better than you guys. Let's just state facts.
That
Wait,
town
wait,
is
wait.
known
mean,
for the
Chicago-
food.
I'm
with
not trying-
Chinamen.
I'm saying in general, our food is better than.
Oh,
yours.
okay. I'll give y'all
I'm
that.
saying that the
Yeah.
culture here in Chicago with our food is like
Of
up there
course.
with New York.
Mhm.
See how you've been
Yeah.
driving 6 hours worrying the crap out of her about some mild sauce because ain't nothing like
From
Harold's
Harold's
mild
Chicken.
sauce.
Yeah, I gotta have it. Gotta
See,
have it.
look,
Gotta
that's
have it.
big boy problem. That's like me. I'm like, I gotta have this.
Gotta
I
have
gotta
it.
have that.
And some cheese fries. I gotta have it.
Now you want cheese
See?
fries?
Gotta
See,
you
have
need
it.
to go to
come here just
Mickey's.
eat or to come
See,
up
that's
to radio.
that's St. Louis culture. We eat a lot of wings and cheese fries at the crib too.
Isn't Sweetie Pies in St. Louis?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know,
Have
it's
you been?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take a break. Okay, we gotta take a quick break, real quick. We'll be right back to IntellectualRadio-Com. What's wrong, Juan?
Ain't no pressure coming get. No one right now, this is right there. Love is just a system. Freedom can be yours forever. As always,
Testing. Oh, how long was I off? Okay.
crazy. Got a lot for the other day. Tell her, can I get a sip of that? Like, sip of what? Like your soul, like empty ass. Get away from me. My bad. Bounce.
Okay. Sister Girl Ray on IntellectualRadio.com. I'm sorry about that. We had a quick mic issue. Okay, we're back. So we were just talking real quick about our food.
Oh
So anyway, I went to Sweetie Pies in St. Louis about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, it's like 3 or 4 locations.
Yeah.
Only one of them was good. Have you ever been to Sweetie Pies? The one, I don't think it's open anymore, Mangrove. They had the better food. I went to Upper Crust and it was horrible.
You should have got some Chinaman.
No.
You
I
should
watched
have.
the show for 6 years. I came all the way to St. Louis, got a hotel room just to go to Sweetie Pies.
Really?
So I was, yes.
And just skip out on a Chinaman.
I just went to I went to the Upper Crust the first day we were there. We spent the night and then we went to Mangrove the next day. I came just like how y'all just came here for the radio show. I went there just to go to Sweetie Pies.
You gotta go get some Chinaman.
Okay, I'll have
You
to
gotta
come
go
back.
to Benny Lou or Egg Roll Kitchen on Natural Bridge.
Egg Roll Kitchen.
Or
That's different.
number one China out there in the county.
But see, I'm not
on
really into that
Woodburn.
type of
Fire.
food though.
See, I was raised on it.
Okay, so you have to have that type of food.
Gotta have it.
Okay.
Mid Missouri don't really got Chinamen like that.
They don't?
It's very detrimental to our spirit. Everybody that's from St. Louis that be out there, you know. But hey, we found our way,
Okay.
you know.
Okay, so let's get back to the music.
All right.
So so I know you said you want to get signed if the right deal comes along, right?
I would love to.
You would love to. Rock Nation, of course.
I would love to.
But what if it was like Electra or somebody else? I just
Yeah.
want to talk about that a little bit more.
I wouldn't, like I said, I kind of know the business a little bit, as long as the situation fit and it would fit my need, what I'm trying to do and reach goals. I'm open.
Okay. So I want to talk about groupies and the women. You can't talk about the rap game without talking about groupies and the women. Don't have your eyes open like that. You thought I wasn't going to talk about that. So how do you deal with potential people that try to come in your life that you have to like watch out for? Because everybody be having their eye open like, he might be on a come up.
Lately, women have been coming out the woodworks,
Of course.
but I have a woman of 8 years.
That ain't, congratulations, and I'm
Yes.
happy for you. That ain't got nothing to do with what I'm saying.
I
bro.
know, but I'm trying to.
Shout out to you. I'm happy for both of y'all. That ain't got
I
nothing
try to
to
keep
do.
that in the forefront.
I'm glad she watched, and I'm happy for y'all. But I'm asking you, how do you deal with it as an artist? Because it's not gonna stop. Marriage,
It's gonna get
kids,
worse.
it's gonna
as your
get
career
worse.
progresses.
I talk. I smile.
And take the compliment and
I
keep
take
going.
it. I
Yeah, I
keep
don't want
it
her to have
moving.
to shoot up nobody.
Nah, my woman's crazy.
Okay.
and,
Most black women are.
shout out to her.
I got your back, okay? If I see any of them, I'll just bop them for you.
Shout out to my baby, Deja.
Oh, yes.
Sweet.
I would not be able to do the things that I've been doing,
And you keep
If it
her
wasn't
happy.
for her, I try.
Yeah, you try.
I don't think I'm doing
You're not trying hard
enough.
enough. You keep her happy.
Yeah, I try.
Just pop them off. No, like Tony said, it's gonna get worse. These women
You
out
think
here
so?
are Absolutely. Did you hear what Aisha Curry said? She said she'll be standing there and women will walk up to her husband, just like give him a kiss and hug him and all this other stuff.
Wow.
See, that's just disrespectful.
See, but as a heavy set guy all my life, you know,
Y'all in
It
style.
doesn't,
it-
it doesn't matter.
I never knew that I was cute.
You're a nice
You know
looking
what I'm
guy,
saying?
but what I'm
I
telling
never
you
knew
is
though.
it don't matter how you look. You can like Flavor Flav's plus size cousin.
That's crazy.
Women don't care. They see the opportunity, not the person.
It's either babies or money.
When I saw a lot of these viral videos, of these guys, you know what I'm saying, it looked a little weird. I just knew that I had a shot.
Yeah. So I'm saying, so by
I
you
knew
not
that
being
shot.
ugly on top of that, they gonna come at you for that.
And I'm
So
going to smile.
and just say, my
Yeah.
woman is crazy.
My woman's crazy.
You should get a t-shirt to say, my woman is crazy.
Yes. I like that.
I'm going to hold you to that. I like
Yeah.
that too.
I like that. Hashtag
Yeah.
my woman is crazy.
And it be, some women get really possessive.
Yeah.
You know, like quick,
Yeah.
you know, even off conversation.
Or they'll try to come at you like, oh, I want to do some music with you, or I'm a female rapper. They're gonna try to come at you at every angle. So just be prepared for that, bro.
I'm trying. You know, I'm still young. I'm trying to, you know, keep everything centered and do what I gotta do. But you know, I know they're coming. I
Yeah.
love women.
But
I
not
love
even,
especially black women. I love them.
we appreciate
you.
that. You better like us. Not even not just females. Guys are gonna try to come at you too. All you want to, you gonna see them. They gonna be like, "What up, bro?" and this and that. If they see you get an opportunity, they will try to jump on it just to get the opportunity too.
You know, I would be very respectable. You know, so but
there's nothing wrong with helping people. The difference between helping people and you just trying to come along for the ride. People don't want to do the work that they see. They see you doing your radio show. They see you doing this and that, but they don't understand the work that goes into doing it.
Right.
Getting guests and being on and whatever, you know, and you rapping and you in the studio late at night and you paying this and you going to work. They don't see that grind. They just see the glitz and glamour. Like Natasha, she has her own plus, shout out to Plus Appeal Cosmetics.
That's right.
She been grinding for what, 5 years now? How many years now? 5 years now.
Grinding.
Yeah. And you're managing, that's your manager too. Shout out to your manager.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sure a lot of people come at her that way.
Of course.
Don't want to put in the work and just want her to give them all the information.
We have a lot of laughs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I lying? We have a lot of laughs. You know?
So what do you have to say to your fans that's been supporting you? Let's do a little fan corner here. What do you have to say to your fans and people who have been supporting you since day one?
I love you all. I love you all, and I would not be able to get where I'm at and consecutively pass up milestones and collect them without them. I don't just pass up milestones, I collect them. And my supporters help that. And I really appreciate every single last one of them.
Do your fans influence some of your music?
No.
You
know, but they give me insight. Reese, a lot of them tell me, yo, Reese, if you ever change, I would never listen to another record of yours.
Oh, wow.
You know, like if you ever switch your style up any little bit, I would never listen to your music ever again.
You don't plan on switching your style up, do you?
Well,
please don't go back to the Lloyd Banks.
Nah.
Please. I want you to give me an example of you trying to rap like Lloyd Banks. Please just, I gotta hear this. Please tell me how you sounded.
You know how Banks sound?
You was trying to rap like that?
Hey, as people that know me from way back,
you was trying to rap like that?
If you know me as B. Reese, you've been knowing me for almost 10 plus years, and you know
that would have been hilarious. That is definitely not you.
Your own sound.
And you know what helped me do that? I literally, you know, so many people, you know, we from St. Louis. St. Louis kind of small. You know, everybody was like, "Yo, Reese, that's cool and all, man, but you don't sound like that. What you doing?" Like,
absolutely.
And hearing so much of that, you know, you can only when you wake up, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and realize that
wasn't you.
Right. You know, you have to do that. And I've done the same thing with Jay-Z. For a period of time, I always wanted to be Jay-Z.
What's your favorite Jay-Z song?
I don't have I do. Devils off Reasonable Doubt.
Really?
Yes.
That's one of your favorite songs out of all of his music?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Why?
for real. It spoke to me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I like the way it's well
It's always
articulated.
the songs that's not popular that people really like.
Well, it's very thought provoking, and I love it. I mean,
You probably cry if you met Jay Z, wouldn't you? Kind of like if I met Beyonce, I'd cry.
I don't know if I would cry.
Tasha said you would cry.
I don't know. I don't know if I
He
would
cried,
cry.
Tasha. It's okay. It's okay
You
to
know,
cry.
but being from St. Louis, we don't see big
Artists like that.
moguls. We don't see big moguls just
That's why
walking
you gotta
around.
come to the shy a little bit more and
I
network
have to.
here.
I
You're
have
gonna have
to.
to
Y'all so
like,
close too. I have
yeah,
to.
you're gonna have to come and like spend a weekend networking and meeting with people and grooving here
I would
because
love to.
the culture here is totally different than St. Louis.
It is. It
Yeah,
is.
you
Y'all
need to.
actually have a culture. St. Louis, we got culture, but we ain't got
I'm
it
not
like
taking away from
Chi-Town.
the culture. I'm just saying the big cities are Chicago, New York, and by you being so close to us,
Close.
you need to come here and do a little grinding.
I'm
And we're gonna
coming.
try to help you do that. Try to
I'm
get you
coming.
some bookings and stuff like
I'm
that.
coming. I have to.
Yeah, you do.
We're having an
You do.
album called Dirty Joe. I have to be
You
here.
have to come here.
You
Like
know.
that's just you have to perform here.
And I'm glad you said that because my producer, he's also my videographer,
Mhm.
and he was like, "Yo, Reese, we cannot shoot these videos in any other place but Chicago or St. Louis, so it
Absolutely.
don't make no sense to even work on these joints if we ain't there." So,
Absolutely.
but we building a bridge to get here. So, and I'm here right now. So,
Yes, thank you. And I want to give a shout out to you and Tasha. She looks very tired and sleepy.
oh, we are tired and
Getting up at
hungry.
3 o'clock this morning and driving all the way to
Yes,
Chicago to be on Sister Girl Radio.
yes, we
I
here.
appreciate that. So before we get out of here, any last words or thoughts you want to say to the audience or your fans before we go?
Oh, I would like to shout out all of my supporters, my family, Black Grits, Gerard Arville, my team, Robin Nicole,
Okay.
a bunch of people that I'm affiliated with. Big shout out to Law and Audio.
I like the
Definitely
shirt.
get them. Definitely get Law and Audio.
And we're gonna get you that my girlfriend's crazy t-shirt as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely get it. Big shout out to anybody that ever supported my music.
Absolutely.
I'm not judgmental at all. Whoever supports me, I really appreciate it. I love you because I would not be able to exceed and succeed, period, without the supporters. I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, where can an artist go without support?
Absolutely. In Chicago, you guys support this young man.
Yes.
On behalf of me and Tony, we wish you the best success.
Thank you.
Come back anytime. And we are going to help him get some shows here. Any promoters, any clubs out there, hit your boy up, inbox him, or hit his management up as well. I'm going to
That's
put some
right.
links to your music on my page as well so we can get people to listen to some more music.
Thank
Okay.
you so much.
You're welcome so much. Tony, thank you so much for being
Thank
a
you for
guest
having me.
here.
Thank
Wonderful. Tasha, she won't be on camera, but just say hi to the people. All right, you guys will be back in 2 weeks. You guys have a good week and live, laugh, and love. We're out.
Peace.
Shit, that's just how it go.
That was good.
And it don't even matter when we come together. You get that magic, you ain't know. You get that sound of the Dirty Joe. Talk to him. You get that sound of the Dirty Joe.